from your
Who's paying for the airdrop? Oh, let's protect all the big, nice homes for all the rich people. Forget about all the small homes and all the small people. Just the rich homes will protect for free and spend taxpayer money on all the
very
rich
vital,
homes.
though, is that we do need to get boots in the ground, which we say are our ground resources, because it's important that once these drops are made, that we have firefighters and our crew members down cutting containment lines to keep the water from flaring up again.
What are your thoughts? I mean, I know obviously as a retired fire chief, you've dealt with disasters like this before, but given that, you know, this started Tuesday, we're on day 3, and it's just fire after fire after fire, and then also the extent of the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire alone, it's just absolutely devastating. What are your thoughts on everything converging at once? You haven't seen anything like this, I imagine, in your time?
Yeah, I during my time, we had maybe 3 major fires going at the same time, 2 in our county, maybe 1 in Ventura County, maybe 1 in, Riverside County, impacting our county, but to have over 6 fires in the same county is unprecedented, and it's really stretching our resources. My heart goes out to the people that lost their lives. I know that when this event started, I said, man, I did my prayers that our firefighters go home quickly, and that we don't have any citizens that, die in these incidents. And unfortunately, we lost 5 people in Altadena. That fire started at night. That's normally the worst time for a fire to start for a community that can't be alerted immediately. And it sounds like they just found a person in Pacific Palisades. So my heart's out to the people that lost their lives and for the people that lost their homes and their businesses.
And I also want to get your thoughts on, the response. Again, we know that you're not part of the department now, but just, how the...
Are you getting the message? Are you getting the message to say this was a mistake?
They heard us.
Disregard. So we're getting this here.
But you know what's interesting? I'm not getting
All right, as you can hear there, we are in Fox 11 LA's coverage of those evacuations near the West Hills neighborhood. We did want to just turn down the volume right now so you don't have to hear that emergency alert. We don't want to panic other folks around the country who are watching our coverage. Let's listen back in. Of course, they're talking about that initial alert that was sent out in error to all the residents there in LA County.
LA County. Los Angeles.
I wanted to get your thoughts on, because you know how fire hydrants work, how the process works when you're dealing with a wildfire. On night number 1, Alex and I were on the air and seeing fire trucks not able to pull any water from fire hydrants. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but what I can say is this is not the first time that this happened to firefighters in wildland firefighting, but we have to take into consideration that this fire started in a wildland environment. It burned to maybe what we call the wildland interface into an urban area. And when that occurred, this really was a game changer. And when water systems are designed, they're designed for potable water. They're designed for maybe residential fire up to 2 hours. And then they're designed to address a commercial fire for maybe 5 hours. But they're not designed to have, dozens of fire trucks at the same time drawing water out of it at the same time. So it was inevitable that this was going to happen.
How do we prevent this from happening in the future? I mean, when you say it's inevitable, we had our meteorologist here forecasting these destructive, life-threatening winds last week. How do we prevent this from happening again?
I think it's twofold. One, it has to be a lot of discipline from the fire